friends. I hope you are having a fabulous day. Today I'm going to show you how I am prepping ahead my Greek slow roasted leg of lamb. That is our traditional Easter meal. We're not big lamb eaters. I do have one daughter who's actually coming home for Easter, and we're celebrating her birthday and Easter. We'll be going to Easter services, and her birthday meal request was this lamb. So we're killing two birds with one stone, birthday meal and Easter. So what I did today is I went to Costco after church. By the time this is posted, it'll be about a week or two prior to Easter. I am very big on prepping ahead. There's probably nothing I do day of entertaining. I do all the heavy lifting, all the messy, smelly, painstaking things ahead of time. So I'm getting my lamb in the marinade and in the freezer. So a few days before we celebrate Easter and I need this for the oven, it will be ready to pull out a few days ahead. It will thaw in the marinade, so there'll be no marinade making or mixing. And all I will have to do is bake it all day, either the day before, which I usually do, where it'll be just ready to reheat after church. The heavy lifting is done. All the smell of garlic won't happen on the day of. So I'm just gonna roughly show you how I put this together. And I mentioned that I got this lamb at Costco. I love Costco's Australian leg of lamb. It's boneless leg of lamb from Australia. I guess lamb are very common in Australia, but I'm not gonna open the lamb yet because that's super messy. What I'm going to do is go ahead and mix the marinade and then get all these bottles out of the way, then we'll open the lamb. So this is super simple, and I will have the recipe link. I'm not going to go through the entire recipe, but I will show you how easy it is to make the marinade. So for all of these seasonings, you're going to use 1 tablespoon, except for the kosher salt, you're gonna use 2. So I'm just gonna start with 2 tablespoons of the kosher salt. Then we're gonna do a tablespoon of the black pepper, tablespoon of garlic powder, not garlic salt, garlic powder. And this is garlic powder too, I got it too, because you've already got a lot of salt, okay? Tablespoon of thyme. All of this is something you probably have on hand. A tablespoon of, in my recipe, I say sweet paprika. It's not technically sweet. It just means regular, not smoked. Do not use smoked paprika for this recipe. I love smoked paprika, but that's not for a lamb recipe. So here we go with that. Then a tablespoon of oregano. And then I'm just going to do, it's about 12 cloves of garlic, and I'm using garlic. Garlic is perfectly fine. I believe a teaspoon is, oh, here we go. I can't read. Oh, here are my glasses. 1 teaspoon is 1 clove. So 3 teaspoons and a tablespoon. So a tablespoon is 3 cloves. So 4 tablespoons for 12 cloves. And you know what? That's just about what we have here. Actually, we don't even quite have that much, but this will be fine. We're not gonna stress. That will be fine. Okay, now we are going to do the juice of, it says 3 to 4 lemons. I'm going to do the juice of 4. And I love these little juicers. I did not ever cook lamb until, I guess all of my girls were in high school. And I discovered that lamb does not have to be cooked where it's pink or rare, doesn't have to have mint, which totally turns me off personally. But I discovered that you can cook it like a roast, like a pot roast, like a beef roast, and it have fall apart, tender, succulent pieces of meat that just melt in your mouth. So that's what this recipe is. This is a cooked for hours, fall apart, tender recipe. So you've got all these fabulous Greek seasonings, you've got this lemon juice, and it calls for white wine. I did not have any white wine, but I'm using a dry Pinot Grigio rosé, which will be fine. So let me see how much of the rosé. So we have everything. 2 cups of dry white wine, 2 cups of chicken broth. I am not going to put all of that. I'm just gonna put a cup of each. And then if I need more when I'm cooking the lamb, then like if it looks like it's dry, I'll add that liquid then. But this is a dry, not sweet. You don't want to use a sweet. You can use a Sauvignon Blanc, anything dry and crisp. We're right at a fourth, so I'm going to add 1 cup. So I'm going to go right to add 1 cup like that, and then a cup of chicken broth. So just going to use this Trader Joe's bone broth. And I don't need to be using that. I'm going to cut myself. Here we go. One reason I'm not adding all of this is you don't want to dilute all your seasonings and your garlic with too much liquid. This is the marinade. I'm gonna give it a good stir, and then we're going to put the lamb in this marinade and get it in the freezer. I wanna give you a few tips about or around freezing raw meat and marinade. First, let me move all of these things. I like to keep things that I touch away from raw meat because it's a little messy. And I also like to do this kind of thing when I have a dishwasher ready to start and wash, because anytime you're dealing with meat and you've got some blood, I like to get that dishwasher going. So what we've got now is we've got the lamb, and it has a packet of something that I'm gonna discard. We don't want that. And I've got a 2-gallon Ziploc freezer bag. So you always want to make sure you have 2 gallons, because anytime you're freezing a meat, whether it's a brisket or a roast or anything, 2 gallons is usually plenty. They do make, I think you can get a 3-gallon bag, but look how big this is. This is perfect. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is just get the roast into the bag, and then we're just gonna pour the marinade. And I've got my garbage can pulled out right here. Oh, I don't like touching raw meat, gang. There it is. Now it is wrapped in this mesh. And I'm going to tell you, you can keep it in the mesh and it'll keep it like this, and it will be pretty on a platter. If you do not want it to stay intact, you can cut the mesh and it'll just be smaller pieces, and it will marinate more evenly, but it won't be pretty. And it will take less time to cook. But because I'm going to cook it like this, even though we're not slicing it because it's gonna fall apart, I do like keeping it intact. Okay, so now what we're going to do is get rid of this, get this bloody cutting board out of the way where I can finish. Put it in the dishwasher. And y'all, I do this too. When I have meat, this has bleach in it. Whew. So I like to get that clean. I clean as I go, especially if I'm dealing with raw meat. Okay, so we have our beautiful lamb in the bag, okay? Now, we're just going to pour the marinade over. Just like this, okay? Oh, guys, look at the bottom. Look at all those spices at the bottom. So I need to get that out because that is super important. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the air out and make sure this is sealed very, very well. You just sort of press as you seal, like this. And then you want to massage the meat and the marinade just to make sure it's all distributed. Sort of try to get it in those crevices, and it will creep inside all the pieces of lamb that are being held together by the twine. But here we have it. So your lamb is in the marinade. Tips: freeze this immediately. Don't let this sit in your fridge for a day or two, then freeze. It will over marinate. It could possibly over marinate. Number 2, label it. Always, always, my friends, put a label with what it is and the date you put it in the freezer. You think like I did, you may think like I did, oh, I'll see that that's lamb, I know that's lamb. And I remember when I put it in, my midlife brain needs all the help it can get. So I'm gonna put, because I could mix that up with a roast, so I just need to know. Lamb, and it is about March 18, 26. And I'm gonna put this on a well-stocked freezer with good labels is awesome. So here we have it. So the hard work is done. So probably Easter's on a Sunday, so probably on Thursday or Friday, I will take this out, stick it in the fridge that's in our basement to let it start slowly thawing. Then probably Saturday, I'll probably go ahead and cook the whole thing. I like to cook my potatoes, get them tender, whether I boil them, microwave them, and then I just add them at the end to the marinade where they'll finish cooking and absorb some of the Greek seasoning. This is so easy. Everyone loves it. Most people, especially children, do not know it's lamb. They have no idea. When I first introduced this to my children, I told them that it was roast, and one child, I think it was my oldest, said, this tastes like brisket, but it's good. So they were fooled. So I don't know what it is about lamb that some people are just, maybe it's because they're so adorable, but anyway, try this lamb. It's seasoned with Greek seasoning. It's delicious, and it's perfect to hold to an Easter tradition, and it's healthy, and I hope you enjoyed this content. If you did and you want to follow me, just subscribe to my channel. I'm always happy to help make your life a little savvier, and until next time, you have a fabulous rest of your day, and you be blessed and stay savvy.